I'm back. I wonder what Randy Quaid is doing tonight. Probably not this. If you know what movie that's from, bleep bloop it down in the comments. Okay, episode 9. I'm your host, Dwayne, with Slot Car Garage, Wizzard Storm Extreme for beginners. I'm going to talk about weight of the pickup shoes, the conductivity of silver, and armature magnets, orientations, and strength as they should be balanced to each other. One of my subscribers asks, what is the difference in the weight of shoes between silver and copper? Well, we're going to find out, and you can decide if it's significant enough for you to switch. So, we've got the two different kind of silver pickup shoes. As you can see, on the left is the one I like to use. It's significantly bigger, probably would have more surface area on the rail, so that could help, but it's probably going to be heavier because it's longer. So these two sections line up, and that's where they hook right there. So that all that round part is extra. All right, let's weigh the smaller one. We can change this to ounces to get more decimal points involved. That could help. All right, 0.0065 of an ounce. What is that? 65 thousandths of an ounce. And now the other one. 0.0095. So 30 more of units heavier. So if you're concerned about weight, go with these. I don't think it's going to matter too much because it's lower in the car, but it's going to come down to personal preference and experience. I find that these stay hooked to the chassis better for whatever reason, but these might be going away someday, so I might have to figure out a way to maybe bend this so it stays hooked better. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to go with these. Okay, moving on. Silver, we like to use silver because it conducts the best of all of them. And I've got the proof right here. You can go on Wikipedia and check this out for yourself. Here are the numbers. The numbers don't lie. It's not some vast conspiracy between NASA and the government and the copper and the silver miners. It's right here. Gold is actually fourth in conductivity or resistivity and conductivity. Gold is used in high-end applications because it doesn't corrode hardly at all. It will corrode a little bit over time, but gold is fourth. Silver is first. There it is. All right. We can put that debate to bed. Then we're going to talk about armature magnets and how they should be oriented, north and south pole, and the strength. So these are the more common magnets. White on the right to the top side, like so. Now if you look real close, the bottom has a little step to it, a little edge. So that lets it sit down in the chassis flat with the chassis. So you can see that it's actually flat because there's a little step in there. Okay, and over the years, Wizzard has come up with a couple different styles. I think there was a limited run of these other magnets. They're more square, but they also have, let me get these lined up, these also have the little step to them. So that would also make them flat in the car. I'm not sure what happened here with the paint. Maybe it came off and I repainted it, but I can show you how to check north and south in just a second. Now I like these. They're if anybody's got some out there, let me know. I'll buy them off you. I like them because in the chassis they look like this compared to this. As you can see, there's more surface area close to the rail. So these are hard to come by. I only have 2 pair of these kind of magnets. Plenty of these. Okay, now I like to go through my collection and measure them and see how they compare to each other. Don't know exactly how strong or weak they should be. What's more important is that they are similar. Turn this on. We'll leave it on ounces, sure, why not? This scale automatically zeroes out when you turn it on. That's why it's not weighing the razor blade right now. So magnet, the left magnet, the driver's side magnet, we'll put that in our little spot, measure it, write that number down or just remember it, negative 7850, 65. Alright, negative 7865. You want to orientate them similar, that way you're comparing apples to apples. So I'm putting the top side to the right. Negative 7865 was the other one. Negative 75. So they're not exactly balanced, they're pretty close. We could do some math, divide those, get a percentage, and then compare them to this set. This is the set that came out of the car. I'm going to reuse these regardless, but let's measure them and see. This would be the driver's side. Negative 81, 75. Takes a little while. Negative 81, 85, we'll say. Orientate them the same. Negative 76. Now, I didn't write these numbers down, but just using some math in my head, I'm going to say these are not balanced as well as the first pair. Alright, but I'm going to use these anyway, just because they're new and I want to keep the car the same. You can, if you're adventurous, you can bake these in the oven. I don't know what temperature, I don't know how long. One of our racers, I won't mention any names, did try this and ruins some magnets. But if you're careful or maybe hit them with a heat gun, you can take some magnetivity out of the magnet. And then you can keep experimenting and try and get them lined up. The key is to get them as close to each other as you can, or go through your collection, keep track of them all, get 2 that are matched. Okay, now I also have this guy here, which looks like this. It's a magnet scale, and it will actually tell you the north or the south magnet. So it's a little finicky. So this is the south pole. You can see the S there. Gives you the strength, the peak. You know, it's picking up like some of the curve of the magnet. But at least this tells you the south pole and the peak. Check your other one. And I'm going to bet this is the north pole. Sure enough, N is for north. Peak 429, that can't be right. Yeah, I'm catching the edge too much. Get it in the middle there. Peak 183. So, I don't know, for balancing, I would probably go with this. This is useful for if you want to check some magnets that are in the car already. You can do that kind of thing. So, alright. So now we know the white one is the north pole, left one is the south pole. They can only go in the chassis one way because of that step on the bottom, and they won't go in from the bottom. They just won't fit. You have to push them in from the top. like so. One of my other subscribers asked, what happens if you flip it? Well, you can't because of the way they're notched here. And north and south. Now, if you were to reverse them, you could do that, but then you're going to have to put your gear on the other side. Otherwise, the car is going to go backwards. All right, that's going to do it for tonight's episode. It is Friday night. We're into February now. Winter's still with us. Yay. That'll do it for tonight. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.